Welcome if you're just popping on. As always, do what's right for you. Do take the options as we go. Morning, Ali. I've just said, can you grab a cushion? So if you're on replay, go and do that now. A sort of regular cushion. I've gone for a slightly smaller one just to make it a little bit easier. So we will be putting it between the knees. We're going to attempt to balance it as well. So a little bit of fun as we go. Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah. A block. Yeah, foam block. Foam block's perfect. If you've got a Pilates ball, yeah, lovely, Judy. If you've got a Pilates ball, then that, you know, that's what we're trying to replicate, but not, you know.
Oh, right. Yeah, mine's downstairs, but I
yes,
do have one actually.
Yeah, but don't worry, because actually I'm just going to use this for the sake of, you know, because welcome, Sam.
Morning.
Morning. We've got a small cushion today, if that's all right. Yeah. Lovely. Okay, fabulous. I'm going to pop you onto mute and we are going to get going. Thanks for joining me. Brilliant. So we'll just put the cushion to the side, but just have that ready to get us going in a moment. And then the first few moves are literally just our lovely warm-up, getting the body prepared for some exercise and the mind, obviously. So let's just start comfy position of the feet. Let's bring the arms up to shoulder height and then just do our really small swing downs. So, you know, a really good little movement snack to add in. You know, if you're sat a little bit today, or just if you're feeling like you've been in one position for a little bit, and you can start to make that a little bit bigger if you wanted, but, you know, you might not. So we can then start to look down towards the ground, and we could even look up towards the ceiling. Yeah. And we can reach the arms all the way up and all the way back, or just a little bit of the way. Yeah. And well, if I say we're going to do 4 more, you can decide how big or small you want to do it. Yeah. Lovely. Good. We'll do 3 more. You can even stretch the legs and reach the arms back. And then we'll do a couple more. So I'm just going to do like a little mini bounce here. Yeah. Lovely. Good, and then come back and relax. Beautiful. We'll keep our feet just a little bit wider than hip width when you're ready. Reach the left arm up, your left arm up and over to the right. Lovely long stretch. You might have your arm here or here rather than stretched up and over. Yeah, and then you're coming back. So if it's better for your shoulder, here's a good one. Hand on the shoulder, just relax, and then tipping over to the left side, and or adding your arm there for those of us that feel comfortable with that. Let's do that one more time each side. So reaching up, stretching over, both feet grounded to the mat, a nice long reach. Good, and then same to the other side, modifying where you need. And if you're on replay, you're modifying with whatever feels good for you. Yeah, beautiful. Good, lovely. And then we'll keep the feet wide and go into our arm slaps. And you might decide to leave your head in the center. Yeah, you might decide to turn your head as you move. Very nicely done. Good, beautiful. Well done. Good, and we'll go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, leave the feet where they are. Bend the knees a little and roll yourself down. Breathing in, letting the head hang, breathing out as feels good. Coming down towards your feet. Yeah, that's it. Very well done. Good. And you might be just supporting yourself on your thighs rather than a big fold forward. Pressing down through the feet and coming back up. Yeah, all the way back to our upright position. Fabulous. Let's do 1 more like that. So we'll nod the chin to chest. Roll ourselves down. Do you remember how we're trying to tip ourselves forward rather than let the hips sit back? Yeah, good. So a little bit of a grip with the feet is quite nice. A little bit of a grip with the toes. Yeah, lovely. And then as you come back up, trying not to let the hips hinge back, but working your way back up, hips over the ankles and rebuild and restack. So you give your body a little bit of extra work there. We're 3 minutes in. And so if you think about just those exercises, just how, you know, livening up the body, you know, quite simply there, isn't it? Okay, so grab your cushion for me if you've got it. It doesn't matter if you haven't. And we're going to place that cushion somewhere between the thighs. Some of us have got a brick or a block there as well, so you're welcome to use that. And then all we've got then is the cushion between the thighs, and we're going to sit the hips back and go into our regular squat. Yeah, so all it's going to do is give a little bit extra work for the lower body. Yeah, so bless you, Sam. I saw that big sneeze. So sitting back and then coming up to standing. So all you're doing is connecting your inner thighs, knees to your block or cushion. Yeah, lovely. Good. And what I want you to do is keep your heels down so you get that nice stretch and pull into the lower leg. Yeah, and if you're taking your arms out ahead, you're relaxing your shoulders. So rather than wearing your shoulders as earrings, we're going to keep those shoulders relaxed. Yes, beautiful. Yeah, really well done. Just have a quick check that you're not pushing the knees in too much. It's fine to do a little bit of a connection, but just ideally not pushing in too much. Welcome. If you're just popping on, grab yourself a cushion. Just a regular cushion would be amazing. Lovely. We're going to do that just one more time. So welcome if you're just popping on. Good. And then all the way back to standing. Fabulous. Now keep the cushion where it is, and we're raising up to the balls of the feet. So it's just a little bit of balance. And again, all it's doing is giving our legs just a little bit more of a focus. So we're raising up to the balls of the feet, and then we're lowering down, aren't we? Yes, beautiful. Good. Lifting and lengthening, that's all we're doing, and then coming back down. And then if we wanted, arms are coming with us to shoulder height, and then coming back down. And if we wanted, as we raise the heels, we can raise the arms higher. So we take the arms up towards the ceiling. Yeah, and then lower everything back down. Fabulous. Yeah, so entirely up to you. And you can go with your own breath, just as feels good. Now, if all that feels good, we could take that arm lift into an arm circle as well. And as you lower the arms, you lower the heels. Yeah, and we could breathe in, reaching up, balancing, little light connection of the cushion with the inner thighs, and then lowering back down. We can do that just twice more. Inhaling, rise. Good, and exhaling, lower. But you might change the breath, and that's absolutely fine. One more time. Well done. So just giving us that extra dimension. Beautiful work. Good, and then come all the way back to your start. Fantastic. Just take the cushion for me, and then we're going to put the cushion or the block just onto the mat. Yeah, and then I want you to bring your toes, so we're going to stay with that balance. Again, a little bit of a challenge. Your toes are going to come onto the cushion. So can you see that? I've got my balls of the feet and my toes onto the cushion there. So you're lifted and you're slightly off balance. Now, obviously, we've all got a different cushion. So, you know, we're all going to be doing this slightly differently. But all I want you to do first is just see if you can raise one heel and then pop it down. Yeah, trust yourselves, relax your shoulders, raise the other heel. So that's feeling okay, and we're all right with that, aren't we? And then could we press into the toes and the balls of the feet and lift the heels? Yeah, so notice now you're likely to be wobbling, especially if you're like me and you've got this bouncy cushion there, and then lower the heels down. Yeah, lovely. So notice that extra work there is for the body as you're raising up. Just a little lift of the heels and a lower down. Fantastic. So pressing into the balls of the feet, pressing into the toes, lifting up. Yeah, beautiful. And lowering down. Absolutely fantastic. I'm watching you. You've got 3 more to do. Yeah, so raising up, you're lengthening through the spine, you're challenging your unstable base there, really. Yeah, lovely. Yeah, beautiful. Last one to do on those. Absolutely fantastic. Beautiful. And then lower everything down. Well done. If you then just budge your cushion to the side, and we'll come into a calf stretch. So just make sure you're not going to slip or fall. You could use your wall, you could use a chair. We'll lean forward and press the back heel down towards the ground. That's it. Very nice. Your front knee is pretty much over your ankle. Yeah, lovely. And then we're just going to do exactly the same on the other side. So step back and press back. So stride back. You're welcome to use your chair or cupboards or wall, whatever you've got there. Your back heel's on the ground and you're leaning forward. That's it. Good. So not rounding forward, but just a lean forward. Hinge from the hips. Yeah. And you're pressing into that back heel. It should have a really good stretch through the back leg there. Well done, ladies. Fantastic. Good. And then we're just going to bring ourselves back to our start position. Well done. Now we'll roll down to 4-point kneeling. So you might decide to do a tuck of the chin and a roll forward. You might bend your knees. You might just do a fold down rather than a roll down. So it could be a fold or a roll. And then you're going to pop yourself just to your 4-point kneeling position. Well done. Now, if you've got your cushion there to hand, bring that so it's pretty much just under your face. But obviously you can move it around as we go now. So we're going to do knees and feet in a comfy position, hip width apart. You'll be moving your cushion a little bit here. But as we're going to thread of the needle, so one hand comes under your body, the other arm, the other elbow bends, it doesn't matter which. And then what I want you to have is your head resting lightly on your cushion or block. So you might just bring your cushion in a little bit and rest your head so you can have a really lovely supported stretch into our thread of the needle. Yeah, that's it. So just pausing there, we're going to take 3 breaths here. Lovely. Yeah, well done. So resting your head, resting your neck and enjoying that lovely stretch. Fabulous. Good. And then coming back, I'm going to do exactly the same to the other side. So we come back to our start position. Yeah, you can readjust your cushion and then we'll do exactly the same to the other side. So reaching through, good. And then your head, so the side of your head comes down towards the mat, the shoulder resting lightly. Yeah, well done. Breathing. And remember the breath going wide into the back of the body. So again, this is one of our lovely back health exercises, isn't it? Good. And then gradually coming back to our start position. Fantastic. That's it, just one each side just to start with, and then just rounding. So we don't need the cushion, we're just rounding into our back, into a cat, and then we're lengthening back to a long back or sending the tailbone up and the chest forward. It's entirely up to you and your back, what feels good. So you could do your cat, rounding up, and I want you to choose your breath pattern. Yeah, whatever kind of comes up for you. And then you could come back to a lengthened back or your cow pose. Yeah, yeah, lovely. We'll do one more of those each way, whichever you were doing there. And if you come up into your cat, next time, could you tuck your toes and press into your toes so you get even more of an arch? You might be able to get a little bit more of a shape as you do that. And then you can stay with the toes tucked. Press into the toes, lift the bottom, shine your chest forward if you're doing that, or you've come back to your long back. Yeah, good, and then release there. Well done. Now, last bit on our hands, we're going to take our cushion and put it between the thighs again. So put your cushion between the thighs, that's it. And you're bringing your legs in a little bit closer, your hips are still over your knees, and you're squeezing your cushion. Now, notice that. Notice as you do a little bit of a grip with the inner thighs, you might notice that automatically the tummy muscles, maybe even our pelvic floor, kind of feels like there's a little bit of tone, there's a little bit of a catch of those muscles. Just kind of notice that in yourself. And it actually doesn't matter if it's not, because those muscles are starting to work there, or working. And then I want you to stay here with your head lifted, space between the ears and the shoulders, squeeze on the cushion, then reach your right arm forward. So reach it ahead. Now remember, shoulder people might go lower, and not even keep a bent elbow, and then you're coming back, relax. Squeeze the cushion, lengthen through the spine, left arm reaches forward without taking your shoulder with you. Yeah, lovely. So I'm just seeing a little bit of this, so kind of hoisting to one side. So just think about that reach forward and see if you can maintain your long spine. Yeah, so I'll just show you on this side again. So rather than kind of thinking about the height and lifting our shoulder, can we keep the same shoulder position and just reach the arm forward? That's better. Good, we'll do one more each side. So reach, squeeze the cushion, reach the arm away from you. Back, stay still, come back. Relax, Last time on the opposite side. So you might have already finished there. That's absolutely fine. Hands come down, toes tuck, squeeze on the cushion, lift your knees a centimetre. Hold 5, length through the spine, hold 4. Imagine I've put my foam roller on your back, and I want your head and your tail, your back of your pelvis level, and that's beautifully level. Last breath. Good, and then slowly come down and recover. Well done, absolutely brilliantly done. Okay, fantastic. Put your cushion down, and then obviously it depends on our cushion. So I'm just going to have mine, I've got this little rectangular cushion, and I'm just going to lay on that in a Sphinx pose. So all it's doing under my breastbone is giving me a little bit of height. Yeah, and again, you can put the cushion wherever you like, but all it's doing is helping us lift into like a supported Sphinx pose, if that makes sense. Depends on our chest size and our cushion size to whether that's actually going to work for you. We're not going to be here long, but what I want you to notice is with that support, you might be able to get a little bit more height from your middle back. So I'm not talking about kind of a cobra position, more of from the bra line up. So a little bit of a lift and lengthening from there. So the thighs and the tummy are resting and the chest is lifting. Yeah, good. One more breath. That might not be suitable for you, so you might be on replay doing a lovely cat again. Yeah. So let's move the cushion to one side, and now we come down. It's like we're really high up, isn't it? So as you stretch your legs out and your fingertips are level with your eye line, if we then come back into our swan, see if you can replicate that same sense of height, not by bringing the arms in, not Joanna, not by bringing the arms in, but just by our lovely lift of our back. Yeah, so really thinking about creating a slightly bigger shape. Your legs stretch, your chest lifts, and then think about from the shoulder blades up. Yeah, so not really worrying about our lower back, but lifting a little bit higher from that mid and upper back, and then coming down. It's really our middle back that's doing the work. I'm just going to ask for 2 more of those, and then we can rinse that out. Yeah, so if you imagine where that little cushion was, and then we're going to see if we can get to that same height. Yeah, lovely. Focusing on that lift. Yeah, beautiful. So strengthening the back of the body. Fabulous. Good, and then we'll do that one last time. Fabulously done. Good, so our lovely back extensions there. Brilliant. Good, once you've done that last one, bring yourself back up to 4-point kneeling, take the knees wide, grab your cushion. Now you've got a choice, either onto the heels and you can have a lovely supported position there. It's not cheating at all, it's just finding a different kind of, different move really, isn't it? Or, which is really nice, is actually putting the cushion into your tummy and then sitting back like that. So it just gives us a different sort of shape. Yeah, so with the cushion in the tummy, it might give us a slightly more rounded feel through the back. And with it by the heels, you might just feel supported, just generally supported there in the hips. Yeah, so which kind of ever works for you. Let's do 3 more rounds of breath here. I'm going to go in front, give it a nice hug in. 2 more rounds of breath. One more round of breath. Well done. Okay, so let's just make our way onto our side. Now, if you've got your regular blanket or cushion or towel, whatever, that's still going to go between the ear and the arm. So for example, I've got my blanket here. So in the side moves, I still want that between my ear and my arm. but then I'm going to ask you to put your cushion between your ankles. Yeah. And again, it'll just depend on, you know, the size of your cushion really there, but you're just going to have that between the ankles, as we would do with a Pilates ball, you know, or even a towel. So then you've got your light connection of the ankles to the cushion. It's the double leg lift, both legs stretch out. You've stacked up your hips, your fingertips are in front. Now we've got options here. So anybody that's thinking, well, I don't want to do too much around my hips, then you've got the option of stretching the legs and squeezing the cushion and the bottom leg staying on the ground, maybe just your feet lifting. And then our second option would be to lift both legs and notice what happens when you bring the legs up with that cushion or block or whatever you've got. You might notice a little bit more work there for the legs, and then you're lowering down. So we could do an exhale as we come up, squeeze of the cushion, stretch of the legs. Hand might be on the side seam, or you might have your fingertips in front. Yeah, so you're lifting both legs, you're noticing the center of your body maybe. Good, and then with that squeeze on the cushion, see if you can bring both ankles to that cushion or foam block, whatever you've got there. So you're connecting there, lovely. We've got 2 more to do here. So lifting and lengthening, it's not about the height, and we're lowering, well done. Good, and then 1 more like that. Very nice. Good. Can you stay up on that last one? Or if you've got your legs down, you're just stretching out the legs and staying. And then we'll all bring our hand to the side seam. Good. And then from here, keep the legs lifted. Reach your arm up, if that's better for the shoulder, or over your head to the bottom hand, and then bring it all the way back. So a smaller move or a bigger move. Your legs are up, you're reaching over, and then coming back. Stretch the legs away from you. Reach your top hand over towards the bottom wrist. Yeah, your shoulder might come with you. You've got 1 more to do. So reach and stretch. Good. And then coming back down, lowering your legs, take a breather. Yeah. So as we bend the knees, your feet are still, or your cushion is still between your feet. Yeah. Good. And then what I want us to do is lift the top knee and just lightly push, leave your bottom leg on the ground on this one today, lift your top knee for the oyster, but push your foot back to the cushion and then close. Yeah. Now, so Joanne, if that's a little bit too much, you could just lift the knee a little bit, don't worry about going too much, and don't worry about pushing down onto that if it feels a little bit uncomfortable. But what I want you to notice as we do that 4 more times is your bottom. Yeah, I want you to notice your bottom doing the work there. Yeah, so you're lifting the knee, but maybe there's some sort of part of the sole of the foot, some area of the sole of the foot will come to the cushion as you press the foot down. Yeah, lovely. Just a light press. Good. And then the next one's going to be our last one. So it just gives us an extra dimension to that little oyster. When you've done that last one, stay at the top from it if possible. Good. And then lift both feet. So you're pressing both feet now, or the bottom heel-ish, the top foot-ish into the cushion. Good. And then lower down and recover. Not as easy as it looks, is it, that one? Bring the cushion forward, or your block or brick, whatever you've got there. So I've just brought it in front of my tummy, and now my top knee's coming forward, ready for the inner thigh lift. So there's our stretch. Yeah, we can just relax there for a moment, stretch out around the bottom, outer thigh. And now we have a look at our bottom leg, and it stretches out and away from us. Good. We've rolled forward into this sort of semi-recovery position, haven't we? And then I want your bottom trouser seam to come up to the top trouser seam. Yeah, inner thighs. Lift and lower. You might have just a little bit more height, a little bit more movement to make here. Yeah, lovely. Squeeze it up, lower it down, relax the shoulders, breathe. I just want another 4. Good. And 3, bottom leg to the top. Lovely. 2, just checking in with the shoulders, checking in with your breath. Good. 1, hold it at the top. 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7. It's your bottom leg that's lifting. 6 and 5. Here's 4, here's 3, 2 and 1, and then lower down. Take a breather. Yeah, well done. Now slowly make your way up to sitting. Well done. Sit on your cushion. So now you're just sitting on it. Yeah, enjoy that. Get yourself comfy. Well done. And then our gentle twist, whenever you're ready, just join me. No rush, get yourself comfortable. Notice that your sitting bones are right up on top of the cushion. Notice that you're sitting tall. Yeah. And we're moving from side to side, rotating around, breathing in, breathing out. Yeah, that's simple as that. I just want you to really get that lovely movement through your waist and your middle back in particular. Yeah, lovely. Good. Yeah. And then if you finish on the opposite side for me, good, we'll come into our modified spine twist position. So your elbows are wide, your fingertips are facing each other. Yeah, also the ends of the fingers there. Good, and then we'll exhale round, look to the right, inhale back, exhale to the left, and then come back to the center. Well done. And all we're doing is thinking about sitting upright. We're thinking about moving and breathing. Good, and we've got one more each side to do. You're doing absolutely fabulously. Yeah, well done. Relax shoulders, relax across our temples and forehead, and then relax down completely. Fabulous. Fold over the legs. Take a little breather there. Maybe add in some movement that you like, just be like doing, whether it's just moving your neck, or maybe moving side to side, or reaching a bit further forward, or maybe even stretching the legs and getting hold of the feet. Yeah, good. Anything that kind of feels good there, just get into the groove. A couple more breaths, whatever works, your own little bit of flavor. And then gradually make your way up, no rush, breathing, moving, coming back. We'll all bend the knees if we had the knees, legs straight. Put the fingertips behind you, lift your chest, and then squeeze the shoulder blades together if that feels okay on the shoulder. It all might be less. You might just have your hands on your knees and lift your chest. But we have got some sunshine here in the south, and you could make that sunshine up, can't we? We can all see a blue sky. We can all sense the light, whether it's, you know, coming in through the windows or just from our lamps. Notice that now. If you close your eyes, notice a blue sky, or if you've got a blue sky in your view, then have a look at that. Breathing in, breathing out. Lovely. And then relax. Well done. Let's pop to the other side. So I'm going to take my regular blanket. I'm going to hop off our cushion. Good, and we're going to bring ourselves into our double leg lift. So you can do that however you want. I'm just going to put the cushion straight between my ankles there, roughly how I had it last time, and then bring ourselves into our side lying position. You might even need an extra blanket under the hip. We could actually just call it a blanket and cushion class, couldn't we? So let's have the ankles on the cushion. Let's then check that our ankles are stacked, our knees are stacked, and our hips are stacked. Our feet are facing forwardish. Excuse me. Fingertips in front. Legs going to one end of the mat, crown of the head going to the other. Option is to stretch the legs and just give the cushion a squeeze so that maybe just your feet have come off the mat. Yeah. Otherwise, we might have gone a little bit higher and lifted the lower leg. You're resting on your hip, aren't you? And then you're lowering down. We've got the fingertips in front. Could be an outward breath as we're lifting, an inward breath as we're lowering. Yeah. We've got a light connection of the ankles to the cushion. Yeah. We're stretching out the legs. We're stretching out through the entire body. We're relaxing our shoulders. You're doing well, ladies. Yeah, fabulous. Lengthen both legs, and as you lift, nothing else changes anywhere else in the body there. Wonderful. Good, lifting both legs. We've got one more to do, or just stretching and squeezing the cushion. Yeah, lovely. Now on your last one, let's bring our hand to the side seam. Yeah, let's see if we can squeeze the bottom leg towards the top a little bit, as well as the top leg to the bottom. Good, and then we're going to reach the top arm over the head if that's suitable for you and your shoulder. You could just go up and then back. So your legs stay lifted, your top hand reaches towards the bottom hand or wrist area. Lovely, and then you've got one more to do. Reach and extend, return, good, and then slowly lower the legs down. Take a breath. Bend the knees in. Yeah, we leave, we're in that nice little oyster position, so our knees are forward. Yeah, readjust the cushion where you need. Your top knee goes up, and as your top knee goes up, some part of the inside edge or sole of the foot presses into the cushion, and then you close. We're trying to get some work now into the lower part of the bottom, so kind of the pant line almost there. Yeah, lovely. Good. Press. Good. And it's just your top knee that's moving. You might be making all that smaller. You might be just resting your foot onto the cushion. Yeah, lovely. Good. Well done. Press a little bit now. Hold it and press. Press the sole of the foot into the cushion. Good. And then close. Good. Do that again for me. Pressing the sole of the foot towards the cushion. And now lift the bottom leg, pushing the bottom leg into the cushion. So you stay up and you press both feet in. Good. Good. Both legs working, and then relax down. Fabulous. Grab your cushion, put it in front of your tummy, and then bring your top knee forward. And that gives us a release into the buttock there, doesn't it? Good. And then stretch out your bottom leg. Check you can see your foot. You're doing well. We're in this recovery position, so it's likely our shoulders have rolled a little bit forward, and definitely our hips roll forward. And now the inner bottom seam of your trousers is coming up to the top, and then we lower down. You're lifting, you're squeezing those seams together, and then lower. Can you lift, squeeze, and lower? Fabulous. Good. 3, well done. Good, we're going for 2, find your breath pattern. Good, and then we're going for 1, and we're staying there, and we're going to add in a pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, squeezing the inner thighs together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower down and relax. Very well done. Make your way up to sitting. Good. And then take your cushion and put that between your knees. Yeah. So back between your knees, and just kind of, you know, if it's a big one, you know, have it more upright. You know, if it's a smaller one, then have it how it works for you there. It doesn't matter. Again, we're just going to come back to that connection of the inner thighs. Yeah. So that helps us immediately, not only with our leg strength, but also gives us an awareness of our tummy muscles and pelvic floor. Arms out ahead of you. Find your sitting bones for me. Readjust your feet, knees, however you need. Roll up prep. We're going back off the sitting bones towards our waistband. Pause. Do you remember we've talked about, I've got hold of the back of your t-shirt and I'm pulling you back, yeah, towards the back edge of the mat. And then to keep that sense of being pulled back as you come forward. Yeah, so you've got the muscles working really well in both directions. So you're looking ahead, someone's got hold of your t-shirt, they're pulling you back into that rounded position, your shoulders are relaxed. They keep pulling you back as you, against resistance, bring yourself back to your seated position. If I tell you we've got 4 more, we've got an extra bit to add. So we're rounding back, somebody's pulling you back. Good, and then we reach the arms up. Now that could be your inhale or exhale, you decide. You're reaching your arms forward, somebody's pulling you back as you round yourself back to your seated position. Good, we go again. Yeah, so you might even have your hands on your knees or the backs of the thighs. You don't even have to worry about moving the arms. Yeah, see if you can keep your breath going, your shoulders relax and the movement, and you've got 2 more to do. Yeah, and if you're on replay, I know you're doing well. Yeah, you're staying with it. Yeah, making it less, making it more, adding in your extra bits if you wanted. Good, and then you've got 1 more to do. Lovely control on the way back. Good, lifting the arms. Notice that extra work, a light squeeze on the cushion. Arms come forward, and then you're gradually coming back to your seated position. And relax. I know that's tough, but we need to add in those obliques, don't we? We need to add in a little bit for the waist. So come with me. So we go back, and as we do that, one elbow bends, can be camera or not, and it's we know this one now, don't we? You've still got the cushion in place, and then you come all the way back to your seated position. Yeah. So we're going back, and at the same time, the other elbow reaches back. You look back, and then you come back to your start. Yeah, that's it. I'm having a look at you do 4 more. I can see you, but just in, yeah, that's it. So roll, yeah, lovely, good. The other arm is just kind of reaching ahead, not reaching and pulling you that way, but just almost like a counterbalance. Lovely. And then on your last 2, do you want to draw the elbow back and then open? Yeah, Ali, just come out of that and come onto your back if you're feeling it in the hip. Yeah, because you can get a little bit tight in the hip flexors on those. Yeah, so if you just literally did a full body stretch there, then you might just feel that stretch out a little bit. And we're going to stretch that out now anyway. Yeah, lovely. You should have evened that up on the opposite side. And just as Ali's done, if you're on replay and you're thinking that's just not feeling so good, then just, you know, come out of it and kind of just listen to your body and find something that unwinds what, you know, you've just done there. Okay, so I'm going to flatten out my cushion blanket here. So I've just got something relatively flat. And I'm going to ask you to come down onto your back, and as long as you feel comfortable in the back, you could try your cushion under the back of the pelvis. So, you know, we'd normally do this with a Pilates ball, but, you know, just as we've got cushions to hand. So the cushion isn't under your lower back, as in the waistband. It's pretty much cosseted under your tailbone. So your pelvis is supported. Yeah, I'll ask you in a moment. I hope that makes sense. And then all we're going to do is pull in the left leg and stretch out the right. So you can hold behind your left thigh and then elongate and stretch. Your right leg is on the ground. So your right leg is on the ground, and that gives us that opening up into the hip. The bigger the cushion, the higher you're going to be, and the more stretch you're going to get. Yeah, but that's not necessarily our aim. It's just to open up into the hip. There. I'm just going to come and look at you and just give me a thumbs up if that feels okay. Ali, can you feel that release into the hip there as you've done that? Because it was that, yeah, okay. Judy, can you notice that as the, yeah, that's it. Pippa, I'm sitting. I'm just good. Joanne, you have actually disappeared into that beautiful sea. But it's as I can see that you're waving your arm around. Fabulous. Let's just switch to the other side. So bring your right leg in and then stretch out your left. Fantastic. Well done. And breathe. Fabulous work, gang. Lovely. Good stuff. Okay, so that just gives us a little bit of help there, doesn't it? Okay, so then if we lift the hips and take the cushion, yeah, or your block, again, it's just going to depend a little bit on your cushion here, but try it, this is a little bit of fun just for one exercise. Can you balance your cushion on one foot? Yeah. Now, again, this is quite a lot of work for the tummy and the back, but also the legs and the hip. So we're not going to do too many. Now, your cushion's balanced on your foot. Yeah, have a go. Yeah, that's it. Good. So I've got this rectangular cushion, so I am going long way. So I've got, you know, more of it over my foot, if that makes sense. Now your other leg comes up into a single knee fold. So can we balance the cushion on? I've got mine on my left foot. So my right foot now is going to single leg stretch out and then come back. Can we do that? So reach. So notice what's required of your left leg. If you're on your left leg, like me, your ankle, your calf, your shin, and actually the movement of the right leg seems fairly straightforward, doesn't it? 4 to go, reach away, 4, 3, good work, 2, lovely, and then last one. Now I'm going to ask you, can you switch your cushion over? No, I can't. I was going to ask you, can you switch it over without touching it with your hand? But I'm not. I'm going to cheat there, put it on top. It's not cheating. So now I've swapped legs, the cushion's on the other leg. Yeah, a bend of the knee, a straighter leg, you decide. Good, and now our left leg comes up and takes us into single leg stretch. Yeah, lovely. Get there for me. Ooh, woo. Cushion's going. I brought it back. Oh, this side's not liking this at all. Good. I haven't got any sellotape nor Velcro there, I promise. Good. Single leg stretch, 8 on the left side. 8. Extend, 7. Lovely. 6. Left leg, single leg stretching. 5. Balancing the cushion on the foot. 4. You've got it. 3. 2 more to do. And 1 more to do. Well done. Bend both knees, grab your cushion, place it back between the knees. We are nearly there. Feet flat to the floor, arms at the side. Heels a little bit closer, ready for the bridge. So as we roll back, we can roll the spine up, a light squeeze on the cushion, and send your knees right away from you and your hand. Open up into the hips again. Good, and then gradually come back down. Yeah, we're going to do that 3 more times. So comfy position of the feet, imprint the back, peeling up, breathing in, breathing out. Yeah, just as feels comfortable. And then rolling back down. Now, again, if we've got any osteoporosis, we might decide we're coming up a little bit less high. So we're just lifting a little bit and then coming down. Yeah, good. And we'll do that again. Coming up into our bridge. Good, and then rolling all the way back down. Fabulous. Good, now this time we're going to come up into bridge. We're going to keep our cushion where it is. Lift the left heel and stretch out your left leg. Yeah, so now you're balancing just on your right leg. You've still got the cushion. You sweep the left leg in. Your hips stay level. You might even have your fingertips on your hips. And then you're staying on your left and you're sweeping your right leg away. So it's just a little kick out, both thighs are parallel. Tons of work for the backs of the legs in particular. 1 more each side. Balance, stretch. Good, coming back. And then 1 more on the other side. Reach and stretch. Good, and then return. Lovely. Lower the hips, lift the hips. You're literally popping your hips down, lifting your hips up. Good, popping your hips down, lifting your hips up. 1 more time. Lower and lift, and then lower down. Well done. Now, if you lift your hips again and put the cushion back under the pelvis, so it's on my bottom here now, and then I'm going to use it when I'm going to stay there and bring my knees into chest. So it almost gives us a wedge to bring the knees in and give our knee hug a little bit of change of position there. If that's too much, you just take it away. But notice you can probably fold the legs in because we've got our hips lifted, haven't we there? We can feel like we've folded the legs in. And then we might even just rock so that the back is massaging into the cushion. Nice one actually to do in bed as well if the back's a little bit tight in the morning. Good, now we could stay with the hips lifted and the cushion and come into our hamstring stretch. So it just gives us a different position of the body there, doesn't it? And you might decide to stretch out the other leg, and that's going to give us more of that hip flexor stretch again. So you might kick up the left into hamstring and kick out the right to a hip flexor stretch, or vice versa. Yeah. Good, and then we'll switch legs, taking the right leg up or vice versa. So 1 leg goes up. Good, and maybe the other leg goes out. Yeah, so that's going to help open up again back into the hips. Breathing in, breathing out, whichever feels good for you. You've got one leg up and you've got one leg out, or the other foot on the floor. Well done. Good, we'll put both feet down. Take the cushion away. Good, bring the knees in, and then rock ourselves up to sitting. Lovely. Just come round to sitting however feels good. Take a lovely long side stretch again. Yeah, you might even be sat back on your cushion, and then same to the other side, bent elbow or arm at the side. Good, come back to your seated position. Take one ear to your shoulder, breathing in, breathing out. And then same to the other side. Good, come back to the center and relax. Well done, everybody.